Ever wish you could help a client flip a limiting belief without lecturing, nagging, or fixing them? Well, enter Socratic questioning, a series of strategic, open-ended questions that lets the client discover the truth for themselves. Guided discovery. Questions surface evidence clients haven't noticed, leading them to fresh perspectives. Cognitive shift. Challenging assumptions activates higher-order thinking and rewires unhelpful beliefs. Client empowerment answers come from the client, boosting ownership, confidence, and relapse-proof skills. Evidence-based studies show session-to-session symptom drops in depression when therapists use this style. And, the key takeaway here is that Socratic dialogue teaches clients how to think, not what to think. First, clarify facts. For example, what exactly happened when you missed the deadline? This anchors the conversation in specifics, not vague labels. Next, reflect and validate. So one setback has you feeling ashamed and anxious, is that right? This ensures shared understanding and emotional safety. Then, summarize key points. We've noted one late project and several successful ones, plus your boss's mixed feedback. That organizes information before analysis. Finally, ask an analytical question. Given this evidence, how well does I'm a total failure hold up? This invites the client to reevaluate and reframe. And you can cycle through these steps as needed. Each loop deepens insight. Clarifying questions sound like, when you say mess up, what do you mean? Then we have evidence checks such as, what supports that thought and what contradicts it? You might also use alternative views. How might a close friend interpret this situation? Or consequence probes. How does believing that affect your motivation? And finally, synthesis prompts like, after our discussion, what new conclusion can you draw? All of these questions have three things in common. They're open-ended, neutral in tone, and answerable by the client. Let's look at a few real-world examples. First, catastrophic self-talk. The client says, I failed once, I'm useless. The therapist responds, what evidence labels you useless? Any counterexamples? The client then recalls past wins and reframes. I had a setback, but I can improve. Now presentation anxiety. The client shares, I'll bomb, everyone will laugh. The therapist asks, what happened in your last presentation? The client remembers positive feedback and sets a more balanced expectation. And then, relationship assumptions. Partner A says, he never listens, he doesn't care. The therapist asks, can you describe a recent moment you felt unheard? Together, they explore alternative explanations and clarify what's needed to feel heard. Each of these sequences keeps ownership with the client while gently dismantling rigid beliefs. There are a few common pitfalls to watch out for. First, rapid-fire interrogation. So pace your questions, weave in reflections, and allow for silence. If you notice client distress or fatigue, stabilize first and save the deep inquiry for calmer moments. Avoid leading questions by dropping your agenda and asking neutrally. Don't forget the wrap-up. Always end with a summary and a takeaway. And if there's a cultural mismatch, explain your rationale, adjust your style, and invite feedback. Remember, curiosity plus empathy keeps the dialogue collaborative, not confrontational. Socratic questioning transforms therapy from advice-giving to discovery, fostering insight that really sticks long after sessions end. Master the flow, refine your questions, and just watch as clients light up with their own aha moments. If you learned something new, hit like, subscribe for more evidence-based counseling tools, and drop your toughest questioning challenge in the comments. I'll offer suggestions. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.